Hello, my name is Michael Karlin. I'm a volunteer in AYSO, American Youth Soccer Organization, in Beverly Hills, California. This will make me land in the right position. This is my 26th year of coaching. In this video, I'd like to show coaches how to coach kicking. This is an all-important skill, and I found that many coaches, especially the ones who know the most about kicking, don't really know how to teach it. In fact, the more naturally it comes to them, the harder it is for them to break kicking down into the essential elements and then teach them in the correct order. So in this video, I'm going to try to break it down for you, show you each of the things that you need to teach your kids, and also how to watch them to see what's going wrong and what you can do to correct it. To help me, I've brought 3 young volunteers: Sadie, who was on the under-12 All-Star team this past year, Isabel, who was a goalkeeper on the under-10 All-Star team, and Sarah, who's 7 years old. The most important foot when kicking a ball is not the kicking foot, but the plant foot, the foot that you land on before you kick the ball. Here's the first thing that you need to learn how to do, which is you've got to put your foot next to the ball, okay? The plant foot, that's the foot that you are going to stand on while you're kicking, okay? So each of you, what I saw you do was you put your foot back here. And what happens is you lean backwards and you can't hit it right. So what I want to see you all do now in this next shot is I want you to put the foot here next to the ball. Your toes need to be at least as far as the front of the ball. Okay? Got it? All right. Let's see everybody do that. Okay, starting with Isabel. Beautiful. Okay. There you go, Sarah. Well done. Something that's also very important when you kick a ball is, where does the plant foot have to point? The plant foot has to point where you want to kick the ball. Which is the plant foot? You have a plant foot and the other foot is the kicking foot. So the plant foot is the foot that you land on. And you want the plant foot to land pointing where you want it to go and not pointing it like this. So let's just see each of you do that. Okay, don't hit the ball too hard. That's it. Good job, Sarah. Okay. So we all know that we're going to point the plant foot where we want the ball to go. Let's have everybody do it one more time, just right. They're very good. Very good, Sarah. When you land your plant foot, that's the foot that isn't kicking, what I'd like you to do is to land it with a little bit of space between the ball and the foot. Instead of the foot landing here, next to the ball, land it here. Now let's look at what we just saw in slow motion. One of the things that is very, very important when you kick a ball is that you want to take a long last step. So what I don't want to see anybody do is to come up to the ball and then put their foot up and kick it. What I want to see them do is take a long last step and kick it like that. So if you take the long last step, your foot is already back. All right? So long last step, and you can see the foot's already back. Okay? All right, starting with Izzy. Oh, a thing of beauty. Okay? Excellent. Now, something else that we want to work on when we take a good shot is we want follow through. So I'm going to just demonstrate what I mean by that. Here's a a shot where you don't follow through? Foot stays back, right? A good follow-through shot looks like this. Okay? Big follow-through, please. Very good. Okay. Okay. To know that you've done a good follow-through, you also need to know that all of the weight is on which foot? Which foot? The plant foot. Okay, that's right. So if you've done it right, you should be able to hold the kicking foot up here for a while, okay, after you've finished kicking. The teaching point here is when you finish kicking the ball, you're going to follow through and your balance is going to be good. So you're going to be able to hold that kicking foot up. Beautiful. Excellent. When you kick a ball, you're often told in the coaching manuals to lock your ankle. Well, I don't know what locking your ankle means. You don't get out a key. So what I try to do is express this in a way that children can understand a bit better. And the way I like to do this is to tell them, make a fist with your foot. So first we start by having them make a fist with their hand. Make a fist, and then put it down beside your body here. Okay? And now do this. Okay? Now imagine that's your foot and that your wrist is your ankle. Okay? And you're going to do that. Go ahead. Okay? Put the foot back first. Okay? And you should feel that foot make a fist. Everybody got that? Each of you is going to take a kick and you're going to make a fist with your foot. And you're going to feel that foot tight when you make the kick. All right? And turn your foot into a fist. Go ahead, Sarah. That's it. Very good. And excellent. What we're going to talk about now is different ways of kicking a ball. You probably are going to hit, believe it or not, out of 4 out of 5 kicks that you take will be a push pass. Because most of the time what you're doing is not trying to blast the ball away or to take a shot. What you're trying to do is to give the ball to your teammate. And the way you give your ball to a teammate is using a push pass. A push pass is usually hit along the ground. You don't want the ball to go in the air. Why do you not want a push pass to go into the air? They can't control it. That's very good. Right. A ball hit on the ground is more accurate. It's more likely to go exactly where you want it to go. And it's easier for your teammate to control, just like Sarah said. Everything I told you about where the plant foot goes, where it points, where the weight is, follow through, all of those things are true of push passes and instep kicks. There's no difference. The only difference is what part of the foot you're going to use. And the part of the foot you use for a push pass is this part here. Okay? So I'd like each of you to run your hand along your foot like this. That's a big surface, right? Do we agree? And if you have a big surface, the ball is going to be more easy to control. So let's have each of you do a push pass, only this time what we're going to do is have you pass to each other. Go ahead. Okay, good. Excellent. What you shouldn't be doing is this. Think, 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 paint the Mona Lisa, do your homework, and then hit it. What you should be doing is, it's a single movement. All right? Beautiful. Sarah, you're just going to make a push pass to your sister, and what you're going to do is you're going to start back a little bit, okay? And you're just going to walk up to the ball, land the foot in the usual place, and hit it with the side of your foot, okay? Ready? Okay, very good. Now remember, you're going to do it in a single movement. So you're not going to wait between this, doing this and hitting it. There's no delay. You're just going to go up to the ball and do this. Got it? Beautiful. Go ahead. Excellent. Girls, what you noticed was the only difference between the push pass and all of those instep kicks we were taking was what you hit the ball with. You hit the ball not with your shoelaces, but with the inside of your foot. But everything else was the same. No difference. It's wonderfully easy to learn to kick if all you have to do is to change the position of your foot, right? You can just learn how to do it right, and then you can change the kind of kick depending upon what you need to do. So if you need to pass to your teammate, you hit a push pass. If you need to clear the ball or hit a goal kick or a corner kick, you can do an instep kick. So let's just talk about the instep kick for a moment. First of all, does everybody know exactly what I mean by the instep? Okay, Sadie, why don't you point to your instep? It's kind of all the way along here. Now, why do we like kicking the ball with our instep? Well, the one reason is because it's the hardest part of the bone in your foot. So that's why you hit the ball hardest with an instep kick. With a push pass, what you want is to get the ball to go exactly where you want it to go. With an instep kick, what you want to do is to get it to go as far and as high as possible. So with a push pass, we hit it with the biggest part of our foot, and with the instep kick, we hit it with the hardest part of our foot. Does that make sense? There you go. I like those nodding heads. You're supposed to nod when the coach tells you things. Yeah. Sure, whatever. Okay, so what you're going to do is aim just a little bit to the right of center. Okay, so that the instep hits the center of the ball. Okay. Very good technique. Okay. And it's perfect. There you go. What we're going to do now is the last one, which is the shot. Now, you don't take very many shots. It's the least frequent thing in soccer. Because after all, we spend all of our time trying to pass the ball to get the ball into position to take a shot. Okay? So the thing about the shot is that instead of being to the side of the ball, you're going to be behind it. And this is the situation where you're going to land the foot maybe even a little bit behind the ball. And we're going to hit it with our shoelaces, not our toe, which means that the foot has to be pointing backwards. Okay? And you're going to land the foot just about here, and you're going to hit it with your shoelaces, and your foot's got to point backwards and make a fist. Okay? Go ahead. Beautiful. Excellent. Beautiful. This ball has been very, very nice. What a good ball it's been. This ball's been very well behaved too. It hasn't moved at all unless you kicked it. Unfortunately, you often have to hit a ball when it's moving. Sometimes it's moving away from you, and sometimes it's moving towards you. So what we have to remember is that the only big difference is we have to adjust our timing. If you land your foot here, right, and the ball is moving away from you, what's going to happen? By the time you kick it, where's the ball going to be? It's going to be in front of you. That's right, Sarah. And now you're going to hit it wrong. When a ball is moving away from you, you need to land your foot ahead of where the ball is. And you need to try to do that at a time when the ball is slowing down. Remember, when the ball rolls along the grass, it will tend to slow down. So you want to hit the ball at a time when it's moving away from you, but it has slowed down a bit, and you land your plant foot ahead of the ball. So it's going to look a little bit like this, and I'm doing this in slow motion for you, okay? The ball moves, I'm going to land the foot here, and the ball is going to move up to it. All right, let's see if I can do that in real time now. All right, let's see you guys do that. Push the ball in front of you once, and then chase after the ball and hit it as best you can, okay? Remembering to land your foot slightly ahead of the ball so that by the time you kick it, it's level with your foot, okay? Let's go, Sarah. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Now, Sarah, just as when the ball is running away from you, you put your foot ahead of the ball. Now this time you put your plant foot behind the ball and strike it as the ball goes past your plant foot, okay? Let's go. Excellent, and very accurate. Perfect, one more. Excellent. Supposing what you want to do is you want to kick the ball that way and your body's like this. Oops, that's hard, isn't it? So what we're going to do is we're just going to remember, so long as the plant foot is pointing that way, you're going to be able to kick it. So how do we do it? We're going to turn like that, okay? So you bring that left foot and you swivel it round. There you go, beautiful. Excellent. Ready? There you go. Isn't that cool? Excellent. All of the problems start with a plant foot that is landing in the wrong place, pointing in the wrong direction, or is too far in front of or behind the ball. And it needs to take all of the weight of the body so that the kicking foot can do the work of kicking and not be involved in trying to balance the player. Too often you see players who take a wild kick at the ball and they land on their kicking foot because they don't have good balance. You see them land their plant foot behind the ball and top it or hit it with their toes. And so the plant foot is what really matters when coaching kicking. The technique for kicking does not change according to the kind of kick that you are taking. Whether it's an instep kick or a push pass, it's the same. The only thing that's different is which surface of the kicking foot hits the ball. But all of the other elements of a good kick are the same. The plant foot is next to the ball with a bit of distance between the foot and the ball. The toes are just in front of the level of the ball. You're going to take a long last step. All of that is the same. The only thing that changes is what part of the foot you kick the ball with. Don't congratulate a toe poke.